Hello guys, in today's video we're gonna work on how to solve the systems of equations. So it depends on, let's say if you got three variables, then you need three equations to find the value of those three variables. But in our case we got only two variables like x and y, so we got two equations. So we're gonna find the value of x and y. So there are different methods. One of them is the substitution method. So according to this method, we're gonna find the value of one variable and gonna plug in that to the other. So let's start. So let me write it down. So let's say this is my equation number 1. This is my equation number 2. So I named them so that we don't get confused later on. Okay, so from equation 1 we got x plus 2y is equal to 8. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna find the value of x from here. We're gonna plug in that value of x into the equation number 2. So we just want the value of x, so let's get rid of y from here. So what we can do, so if I subtract -2, then I'm left with only x on the left hand side, but I need to do that on both sides. So -2y, so that gives me, so 2y and -2y cancel out, gives me 0. So I left with x is equal to 8 minus 2y, and again I'm gonna name this equation 2. Let's say this is equation number 3. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna plug in the value of this x from equation number 3 into equation number 2 over there. So what will happen, the equation number 2 will look like negative and x, now we're gonna plug in the value of x, which is 8 minus 2y, yes, I was right. Let's do it again. So which is negative, and x value is 8 minus 2y, and then we got this negative sign, and then we got 3y over here, which is equal to -10. Now we're gonna solve this equation. You see, now we're left with only one variable, which is y. If we solve this equation, we can find the numerical value of y from here. So let's do it. First of all, we're going to distribute this negative sign over to these two numbers. So that gives me -8 plus 2y, and that stays the same. -3y is equal to -10. And now combine the like terms. This is a number, these are the variable, both are y. We can combine them. That gives me -8, and 2y minus 3y gives me 1y, or just y, which is equal to -10. So we just want to find the value of y, and we want to get rid of this 8. So what we're gonna do, and this is a -8, if we add 8 over here, will cancel out, but we need to do that on both sides. Always remember to add or subtract from both sides. Okay, so this will cancel out. This gives me -y equal to -2. And if I multiply both sides by negative sign, this will gives me y is equal to 2. So see, we find the value of y. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna plug in this value of y in this equation number 3 over here, like there. So that'll give me the value of x. So x is equal to 8 minus 2 and multiply by y, which is 2. So that gives me x is equal to 8 minus 2 times 2 is 4. So therefore x is equal to 8 minus 4 is equal to 4. So again, what we're gonna do, out of those two equations, we're gonna find the value of x from the 1. That's what we did over here, and we're gonna plug in that x value into the second equation over here, and then we find the value of y, and gonna plug in back the value of y into one of those. You can plug in any of them, but this is the easiest one. because x is already on the left hand side, and we plug in a y over there and we get x is equal to 4. Alright, let's do one more problem over here. So we got x plus 3y is equal to 30y, 4x minus 3y is equal to negative 10. Two variables, two equations, so we can find them. And what we're gonna do, first of all, what I'll do, I'll name the equation. Let's say this is my equation number 1 and this is my equation number 2. So from equation number 1 we got x plus 3y is equal to 35. You can find either y or x, doesn't matter, but I always do, like, if you choose x, that'll be easier, because what we're gonna do, we're gonna subtract 3y, and that gives me cancelled out. So x is equal to 35 minus 3y. Okay, and we're gonna name this equation number 3. So what we're gonna do now, so we're gonna plug in this value of x which we find from equation 1, and we're gonna plug in this x value over there. Okay, so that gives me 4 times x, and x is 35 minus 3y, and then we got negative 3y is equal to negative 10. Okay, let's simplify it. 4 times 35 is 4 times 5 is 20, 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 14, so you got 140. 4 times negative 3y, so I'm just distributing it. Remember, use the distributive properties. We're going to distribute this 4 over here and there. Okay, so 4 times negative 3y, negative 12y. Negative 3y is equal to negative 10. And now like terms, add the like terms. These are the, both of them are y, so we can add and subtract them. So 140, so both are negative, we can add them, and sign will be negative, and this gives me 15y. If you want to learn how to add and subtract those real numbers, watch my other video. That's where I made a video on some tricks that will be really helpful to add and subtract the real numbers and integers. Okay, and this is equal to negative 10. So we want to get rid of this 140. What should we do here? This is positive 140, I'm gonna subtract it, and I'm gonna do it on this side too. Remember, both sides. So it will happen, positive 140, negative 140 cancel out, and this gives me negative 15y, is equal to negative 150. So if I divide both sides by negative 15, so cancelled out, this gives me, therefore this gives me y, and 15 times 10 is 150, so this gives me y is equal to 10. Okay, 1 and times 10. All right, both. Okay, and now we found the value of y, and we're gonna plug that value of y in equation number 3 right there, and then we can find the value of x. So x is equal to 35 minus 3 into 10. That gives me 35 minus 3 times 10 is 30. Therefore x is equal to 35 minus 30 is 5. See, very easy, very neat method, the substitution method. I'm gonna make another video on the elimination method. That'll be coming soon. So one more time, so you got two equations, two variables, and we can solve them by substitution method. How that method works: from one equation we're gonna find the value of one variable, like we did over here. We found the value of x, and we're gonna plug in that value of x into the other equation, and when we solve the other equation, that will give you the value of y in numbers, and we're gonna plug that value of y into any of those. That'll give you the value of x. I'm using 3 because in equation number 3 we already separated x on the left hand side and y on the right hand side, so it is easier. Okay, so when we plug in a y over here, that gives me the value of x. We found x and y, x and y. I hope this will help you guys. Please share with your friends, and please subscribe to the channel. I'll be making more videos. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.